Hey guys, how's it going? 17th of June today, and we are at the allotment, and I thought I'd give you a little tour because, yeah, things are starting to actually grow now, which is good. And also got a new lawnmower which is over there, which I've been able to just mow stuff because, oh man, it's only a half plot, but the grass seriously gets out of control. But anyway, compost heap going well, things are happening. Cabbages. I mean, the cabbages are doing really well. They're massive. Probably eat them soon. I don't know. Probably need to loosen the netting again. My in-ground Ronde de Bordeaux fig. It's got little figlets on, I think. So, yeah, hopefully get some main crop off of this much later in the year. This whole area I need to sort out really. It's got a bit wild. This grapevine, I'm going to train along this little trellis here. Yeah. What else have I got going on? My Paretta, or long dote of fig, you can see, hugely long neck. Two nice brabers on there. I don't think I'll get any main crop off of this. As you can see, like I said before, all these branches here just got eaten by slugs and snails, as well as the late frost in April. But yeah, this comfrey fertilizer now is coming out really nice and dark. Look at that. Don't want to waste it though. But yeah, I'm collecting that every time I come down and then using it for all my plants at home, and obviously I will do with the plants here as well. We've got a nice little crop on this Spartan apple, looking really lovely. It's not super loads, but you know, it's quite a good amount there. My melons, which I've planted out now, they're not looking very happy at all. Yeah, I am now using actual slug pellets because the ones I were using before, which are just these brown ones here, they don't kill slugs, they're just a barrier. I didn't realise this, and I was kind of telling everyone how amazingly organic it all was, and how it breaks down into nutrients to feed the soil. And I didn't realise I didn't actually have the right slug pellets. I did actually go and buy proper slug pellets as well, which are these little blue ones, just because they were basically just eating everything again. And it'd be a bit of a shame not to have any crop of barely anything. But anyway, the big old pear tree up here hasn't fruited this year. Not too sure why. However, this apple tree is doing really well. This was an apple tree in a very bad state when I inherited the plot, and over a couple of years of kind of rejuvenating it and pruning it, it's now producing good crops, which is really nice. So quite happy about that. The fig project is coming on all right now. A lot of them, there's not really much chance that I will get any main crop figs this year because they're just recovering from the frost and the snails and the wet, cold and wind. However, there are a few that are doing pretty well. Like these guys, these three here, I kept them in the greenhouse for like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks longer, and they are doing really well. There's even a possibility of a couple of main crop very late in the year, as you can see down there in the axles. There are some good main crop on Genovese Nero. Really good. I'm surprised at how it's done that. But yeah, so I might get a couple of those to try, which would be really nice. But yeah, quite a lot of the others, you know, they're not doing very well. And I'm really annoyed about Mitrovinska 10 because it's meant to be a very early one, quite reliable, and it got hit quite bad. But anyway, there we go. There are a few that are doing quite well again, so we'll have hopefully a few figs to try. But yeah, then the rest of the veg I'll quickly go over. The onions doing really well now, so I had to net them because they got completely ravaged, basically completely eaten to almost the bulb. Well, no, maybe not, maybe like an inch or two high. But yeah, they're coming back really nicely. So in a couple of months maybe, I don't actually know when you're meant to harvest them. I guess just when they're a bit bigger. Hopefully have some nice onions to harvest. The broad beans I took out about half the broad beans to make way for the runner beans, but I've left some of the broad beans on. To be honest, they look like they're getting completely eaten, so maybe I need to harvest them. But yeah, the runner beans, it's just constant battle to really get them going. I think because they're a runner bean variety that is intended for eating more like a butter bean, I think that they're just going to take a lot longer to get going. I think they usually probably need a bit more heat. I mean, the variety is called Greek Gigantes, which probably implies that they come from a slightly hotter climate. My dog Izzy just does not like sitting still. Yeah, you naughty pup. She just whines and whines and whines and whines. She does it anywhere we go. If she has to sit there on her own, she just whines. But yeah, anyway, here's the lawnmower. It's pretty cool. It's 36 volt electric lawnmower. It actually came with 2 batteries. So there's one in there and there's one at home. I'm really loving it. Really loving it. It was 235 quid, so it's an expensive thing, but compared to other lawnmowers, it's not that bad. And it's got a 3-year guarantee, so yeah. Really happy with it so far. Just done all up here and some of the paths and stuff, so very useful, because it was just getting a bit out of hand, and I've been struggling quite a lot lately with my fatigue, which usually isn't so much of a problem, but the last couple of months it's got really quite bad, so yeah, I've had to kind of watch what I'm doing. Tomatoes looking lovely, surprisingly, really thick stems, putting out flowers. I've taken off as many of the lower leaves as I can, and every time I come down I take off one more of each plant, just to try and stop them from getting blight. So we'll see if it works this year, because I had it quite bad last year, and stupidly I put them next to the potatoes. I didn't really think that one through. Yeah, and then I got a few random bits, so some courgettes here, a couple of leeks, stuff like that. This bed was going to be sweet potatoes again, but they just didn't sprout for me this year, so it's a bit of a shame. But yeah, and then we got all the ornamental stuff in the middle. So geranium, well, pelargonium. No, this is geranium. This is true geranium. Geums flowering, the salvias looking nice. My dwarf Cavendish are just starting to pop up, so there, that one. That's Musabaju. This is the Canna musifolia, it got a bit battered by the wind, but I think it'll come back. Dahlias, nope. Even with slug pellets and a slug barrier, nope. Hosta's getting a bit ravaged. I don't actually know what these bananas are. I don't know where they came from, because unless they're runners from the pups from this dwarf Cavendish, but that's a bit of a way to go to put out pups, so not too sure. But yeah, there we go. Really, that's sort of the allotment tour. I will just show you in the shed. This if you want to plant something for the bees, Nepeta, catmint, is so lovely. It roots so easily as well, and it's easy to divide. You can just cut a stem off and root it if you want, and it just is such a lovely plant. And it does make the cats go crazy. Our cats try to eat it, and then they start like rolling over and stuff. They love it. But yeah, it's just always got bees. Oh, I forgot to show you this apple tree. Don't know what it is. I got it with the allotment. It's a very late one, I think, but it's always welcome. And then I think I don't know if I showed you in here already, but yeah, the shed greenhouse. Shed greenhouse has some lovely figs in. The only problem is, because it warms up really, really well, the big problem is that it does get dark in here. So the light levels are much lower inside, because obviously two walls are solid. The door, obviously, when it's shut, doesn't let light through. You've only got these windows and this polycarbonate, and it doesn't actually transmit as much light as I hoped. So I might put 2 more windows in there or something like that, just to try and increase that light level a bit. But the figs are loving it. Got Ponte Tracer there doing really well. Might put out a main crop for me. It's got a couple of little buds. Bourgeois Grease, again, it's got a little tiny main crop. Verde Paso, apparently this is just Verde Paso, it's not Rubado apparently. But yeah, and then this one which I got from Garden Centre, which is holding on to a couple of main crops, but it dropped the majority. But they weren't, the figs in the Garden Centre, they weren't looking very happy anyway. They all had curling leaves. So if it can hold on to these 3 and ripen them up for me, I'll be pretty happy. But yeah, there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. Lots of love, lots of peace. I'll speak to you soon.